Hello everybody, how are you guys doing? We are into day 2 of the 5th Great One grind here on Rancho del Arroyo. Let's hope things turn out great today. Get it? Great. Hopefully we get a great one. I really hope we do. I'm sorry, that's a bad pun. We'll see what we can do. Hopefully we end up getting something good. We're gonna have to go ahead and reset the time. I forgot to do that before we jumped in. How's everybody doing though? I hope you're all doing amazing. Hunter 31, 3 Creeper, Jacob, Lane, Finn, Mr. Jameson, Pelicans, BK, Jacob, JJ, Smash, Blitz, Seedox, Brett, Bo, Kirby, Scott, Flyosity. How's everybody doing? Hey, Tractor Boy. How's it going, my dude? How long will I stream for? Probably 2 hours like normal. Between an hour and a half and 2 hours is what we've been doing recently. Let's go ahead and switch the time to 8:30, or 8:32 actually. We'll see how this goes. Got 2 great ones. Nice, Remington. Nice, dude. Killed a level 3 whitetail just a second ago and it was a troll diamond. It was a 250.50. Didn't get a vital hit. Unfortunate, dude. Unfortunate. It happens sometimes, though. Hey, Boo, how's it going? Welcome back. Hopefully you've been doing good. Where was that whitetail from? It was somewhere over here, I think. We just heard a grunt over in this direction. It might have been that lake over there, actually. If it's that lake, we're gonna have to try and delete that zone. I think we did, though. No. Okay, so it's still there. We'll definitely need to take care of that zone then, because I don't want them to be there. Let's just get those first, though. How were none of those vitals? I would have expected the last shot to make it, but it looks like it didn't, so that is quite unfortunate. Let's push back here, though, and see if we can get rid of the deer that are at this smaller lake. Because that zone's a pain to hunt, so we should probably do our best to get rid of it. Got me 2 Mellow Gold scoring. Why can't I just have a great one? I mean, Mellow Golds are still pretty cool, dude. That is still some pretty awesome whitetail deer. You'll get the great one eventually, though. It just takes time. Hey, Kyla, how's it going? Oh, they did, Johnny? Feels bad. Seems pretty typical Call of the Wild, though. Alright, Whitetail. Where are we going to be able to get a shot? I saw them run off. There we go. That should delete the zone. Once that buck dies, it should delete it, which is what we're looking for here, because I don't want them at this tiny lake. Gotta make it really hard to hunt them. Nice, Dylan, that's awesome, dude. Did not think there were bucks there since the update, so I finally looked over there, and I have a level 3 whitetail. Nice, Brett, that's awesome. Thanks, Bags. Hopefully we get something good today. Yeah, probably the best bet, Johnny. If you're having issues with getting them to show up properly. Got a 271 the other day, my biggest so far. That is a pretty big one, dude. That's a good one. There's the doe. Buck should not make it too far. I mean, 308's gonna take him down regardless. And it just did. Beautiful. 30 miles per hour, geez. Yeah, it's quite the gusts for sure. Alright, let's have Hunter track it. Just so we can speed this process up. $50 to $75. Shouldn't be too much farther, to be honest. Unfortunate, Bo. Sorry to hear that, dude. Happy with the new coastal zones. A very good coastal area. Oh yeah, they're great. I'm assuming you're talking about the Cape Buffalo coastal zones. Unless you mean the Whitetail coastal zones that are down here. You know, I actually should check those as well, because I know they can be down in this area. I think that's probably what you were talking about, right? We might have to check that out at some point. Yeah, definitely Blitz, but to be honest, I think it might be intended. I don't think it's I don't think it's a bug anymore, really. Having animals show up late. I think it's intended to add variety and kind of get rid of some of the predictability. It's hard to say though. Maybe it is something they'll address at some point. We'll have to see. How do you get super rares? Just getting lucky and I just clicked out of my screen. There we go. We're back. You pretty much just have to get lucky, man. You just gotta hope that you can find one. Oh, you did mean Whitetail. Gotcha. I kind of figured you meant Whitetail, but because Verhonga got some pretty crazy changes with coastline zones, I thought you might have meant that as well. I just wanted to make sure which one you actually meant. Yeah, Kirby. I know it's not fun to watch ads, but it's how I'm able to do this full time, so unfortunately I gotta run them if I want to be able to stream as often as I do. Supposed to be a fix for it and it worked for a while. Yeah, I remember that. But they haven't mentioned anything since then, so I don't know. The thing is, some of them show up on time and others don't. That's why I kind of think maybe it's intended to randomize it. But like I said, it's really hard to tell. There's so many things that we thought were bugs that ended up being purposeful changes, like the fur types being made more common for a lot of them. So I just don't know anymore. There's a lot of things that seem like bugs at first that end up being stuff they intended, so I don't know on this one. Hey Mel, how's it going? How have you been? It's actually not too bad, Brett. It's a little bit warmer here. I don't know the exact temps. I haven't checked, but it's pretty nice. Got some sun. Been a pretty solid day so far. Really decent weather. Probably gonna get out and go for a walk later after the stream as well. Oh yeah, for sure, Kingslayer. I would freak out, honestly. Because that is probably one of the rarest things that could happen. Alright, we got plenty of deer over there. Beautiful. How do you check whitetail total kills? There is no way to check it. You just have to manually keep track of it as you hunt them. Just got a piebald mallard. Nice, Scott. Do we have anything here? We got a solo doe though, bro. What else do we have? Nothing? Kind of figured. Solo doe though only. Oh, guys, I have a pretty interesting video coming tomorrow. I have found a way to combine the random wheel with Great One grinding, so yeah, we're doing that. And let's just say some interesting things went down, so you guys will not want to miss tomorrow's video. It's gonna be a good one. Very entertaining, to say the least. The random wheel, it's done me wrong once again. And it made for very interesting video. But that's mainly because I added something new into the random wheels. I've seen this requested a lot. I've seen so many comments of people saying that I should include scopes in the random wheels, so I did it. I included scopes. Not only scopes, but also the tritium iron sights, all the reflex sights, everything. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. No, Samantha. Subtitles are not available on live streams because it's live and there's not really any way for YouTube to do subtitles for something that's, you know, happening as we speak. So there really is no way for YouTube to do that, unfortunately. However, I assume that once the live stream is done, YouTube can probably add them afterwards because it'll have the chance to review over the VOD. But it can't be done live, unfortunately. Just no way for... I don't think there's any way for anything to be that quick at adding subtitles. Rip, couldn't get that. That's you, Samson. That's not me. That would be your internet, not my stream. I think that's everything. I think we got them all. Yeah, no problem. It's unfortunate that they don't really have the technology yet to do that. It would be a cool thing if they could develop a way for like subtitles to get placed like in real time. I think that would be pretty sweet. I'm sure one of these days that'll probably be possible. Pellet gun, iron science links grind on the wheel from 100+ meters. Oh gosh, no, no. No, Blitz, no. Not doing that. Are you trying to torture me? What's my favorite map? Definitely Silver Ridge Peaks. Fantastic map. Me too, Johnny. It's so good. Best rifle in the game. So satisfying to use and just so good. It's literally everything I could have ever wanted out of a 308. Killed a dilute gold mule deer today? Nice, dude. That's awesome. Those things are actually considered rares now, so that's a pretty crazy kill. Oh yeah, true, Mel. That is a good point. The thing about live TV stuff is I believe it is delayed by like a minute. I believe they do have like a 1 or 2 minute delay with live TV. With YouTube, I think the delay, at least for me, I have my delay set as low as possible. So I believe the delay is like less than 10 seconds. With Twitch, it's basically real time. There's only like a 1 or 2 second delay on Twitch. I think Flinter has his YouTube set to like maybe a 15 or 20 second delay. I have mine set to be pretty low latency, but unfortunately that does cause a lot of buffering for people with lower quality internet. So one of these days I might end up changing that, but for now I've got it set to like as real time as I can possibly get it. Hello? I hope that wasn't a diamond. Imagine we just blasted a diamond through the brush. Didn't even realize it. That would be something. Yeah, it's roughly that, Blitz. That's what I've got it set to. But like I mentioned, it does occasionally bring up the issue of buffering for some people, so one of these days I might change it if it becomes a problem, but I think for the most part everybody's able to watch fine. Oh, it was a doe, good. Luckily it wasn't a giant buck or anything that we just absolutely mutilated. Do I like the 308 AR? Yes, I absolutely love it. Dare you to 360 no scope my next great one? Not gonna lie, man, if it gives us the chance, I might do that. Although I plan to do like a 400 meter 6.5 shot on it, so that's most likely what I'm gonna try and do is a 400 meter 6.5 shot, or as close to 400 meters as I can get. Yeah, I was gonna say it's not really based off of the phone. It's more based off of like your data service on your phone or the Wi-Fi that you're connected to. That's what would cause buffering with YouTube. If somebody's got like a limited data plan and they're running on like a low quality, then that might be some issues. I don't know. Okay, we didn't hit any of these goods, so I'm not going to waste my time looking for them. Tippa, thank you so much for the super chat, dude. Welcome back. Hopefully you've been having a great day. Really appreciate the support as always. Alright, we have 2 doe. Oh, actually there's a lot more than I thought. Where did all of you come from? I mean, they're very small deer, but it's still some bucks. We can probably get them from this spot right here. 360 no scope from 400 meters. If we actually hit it from 400 meters, I'd be surprised. Even if we messed it up, I would just be impressed that we hit it from that range. That probably hit one. I don't know if it was vitals though. Switch over to the other. Definitely didn't hit vitals. Rip. Couldn't get that. Tippa, thank you for the super chat again, dude. I don't know how much he did. I would have to go back and like add them all up, which obviously I'm not going to do that while I'm live, but I appreciate the support, dude. Thank you. What map am I on? This is Rancho del Arroyo. Oh, no worries, Aiden. Hey, Mason, how's it going? Left for a month to this one of the best channels on YouTube, man. Don't give up, you the best. Don't stop at all, man. I love the content. Oh, no worries, dude. It's not a big deal if you're gone for a little bit. I am glad to see you back, though. And don't worry, I don't plan on stopping YouTube anytime soon. I mean, this is my job right now, and it's something that I enjoy and something I always wanted to do growing up, so it's literally my dream scenario. I don't plan on stopping YouTube anytime soon. Even if YouTube just ceases to exist, I'll still find a way to do it. Even if I have to move over to Twitch or another platform, I'll always be making content for you guys. Nathan James, thank you for the super chat as well, dude. Really appreciate the support. Let's see. Top 3 guns. 308 AR, 6.5, and 303. Those are my top 3 guns. Man, we're just wounding deer like crazy today. My aim is not as good as it was the other day. Yesterday, we were just on point with everything. Not so much today. Yeah, Revive, you can. You can't actually, like, get in them, but you, like, click E on them, and it will teleport you to the other side. Hey, Raiden, how's it going, dude? Good to see ya. Should do a guide on Rancho. If I find myself in a position where I know enough to make another guide on it, then I will, but to be honest, I've just been enjoying doing other stuff recently. Like, guides are okay, you know, but they're not as fun to make. And a lot of times I try to make content that I really enjoy. Because the way I've always seen it is, if I'm not enjoying actually playing it, then people aren't going to enjoy watching it. So I try to do stuff that I enjoy. And Great One grinding just happens to be one of the things I enjoy the most in this game because of how rewarding it can be. JJ coming in with the crazy super chat again, dude. Thank you so much. If someone shoots my Great One on multiplayer, do I lose it in single player also? If you are still in the session when they shoot it, then yes. If you have left the session and then your map is still just open, you know, then you wouldn't lose it technically because you had left already. So it's kind of like a yes and no thing. It really depends if you're still in the session or not. That's why I personally don't open up my maps, because if I'm still playing in them, anything that gets shot on there is gone, and Also, you have the whole hunting pressure thing to deal with as well. Top 3 are 30-06, 308 AR, and 6.5. That is a good lineup as well. Hey Bob, how's it going, dude? You haven't missed too much yet. Just starting our grind off for the day. Got a few deer down here and there. Oh, there is some deer over there. That's a zone we haven't hunted in a while because they've kind of been hidden for the most part. Alright, well, let's get to deleting this zone because it's always a pain to hunt. See if we can nail all these shots. If we can just hit 4 of them, then we'll be good. Oh, who am I kidding? Of course we're gonna hit 4. It's the 308! This thing can't miss. In fact, you know what? 5. Why not? It's just too good. I love it. No other gun would be able to do that quickly. Just 4 shots before they spook at 300 meters. Crazy. Crazy that you can even, like, control the recoil that well. I love it. Never gets old, man. It never gets old. Actually, let's check over here. I think there was still a few deer here. Yeah, there we go. That's a big boy right there. That's a big deer. Uh-oh, didn't get a good shot on him either. There we go, we got him. Did not get her well either. Okay. I think we got most of what we could there. Let's go claim those. And then we will go get the others that we shot. 30-06 or 308? Oh, 308 easily. 308 is so much better. Both are solid guns, but the 308 just has that crazy recoil control and fire rate that, in my opinion, just makes it better. Did this one even die, I wonder? I think it would have had to. I think it would have had to have died. Because it's at 50 to 75 already. No way it lived for too much longer. What's the best loadout for Layton moose whitetail hunting? I'd say the 300 Magnum and the 308 is probably your 2 best guns for that. And then I'd carry the 22 rifle with you as well. Not the AR, but the 22 LR Virant, because you can use that to shoot next to the animal, and it will cause them to go alert, which can give you the shot that you need if it's at a weird angle. So I'd probably recommend using those 3 guns if you're looking to hunt whitetail and moose on Layton. Thoughts on bird dogs or retrievers? I think they'd be great, especially once they do the waterfowl rework. I think once they do the waterfowl rework, it will be a necessity. Oh, I definitely will revive. If we find a great one, then we'll definitely announce it in Discord so that everybody can jump in for us to take it down. JJ Fishin, thank you for the super chat again, dude. Is a gray pheasant a rare, and what are they? No, it's not a rare, it's an uncommon, if I remember right. I believe they are an uncommon. Ooh, okay, so this zone's gone now. What's the best handgun? Definitely the 454. That thing has such a wide range of animals you can shoot with it, and it's a powerhouse. It's a 4 to 9 class handgun that can absolutely just knock down Cape Buffalo within seconds, and it just drops everything else. It's a crazy good handgun. But thank you to both of you for the super chats. I really appreciate all of the support. You guys have been absolutely insane recently. Did YouTube update so I can ban Hollow and Caitlyn yet? I don't know, bro. You should try, dude. See how that goes. Hey, Joseph, how's it going, dude? You did not miss anything yet. Got 2 great one whitetail in one weekend? That is crazy lucky, dude. I wish I could get two that close together. I think the closest I've been able to get double great ones was like 3 weeks apart, and that was our first and second great one. Imagine if mods could do that to each other. I know, alright? It would be beautiful. It would be absolutely beautiful to watch all the mods just like timing each other out. It would be hilarious. But I think they don't have that as an option for a pretty good reason. Because I know for a fact if you mods could time each other out, y'all would be abusing that so much. Oh. Nope. Stay down. I heard another. Holy, that flick! We just flicked right into those lungs. Which great one rack do I want next? Either the typical looking one or the drop tine rack. Either of those would be amazing to get. That was the flick of the century. Didn't quite get double lung like I was hoping I would have there, but we did get it. Definitely, Chase. Get the 7mm if you don't have any of the DLCs. If you have one of the DLCs that includes the 308 or the M1 or the 30-06, then you don't necessarily have to get it, but I would recommend getting the 7mm because it is a class 4 to 9 rifle that is very powerful. Only downside is single shot. Nathan, thank you for the super chat, dude. Do you think the 308 is OP? I wouldn't necessarily say that it's OP. It's very comparable to the M1. The main difference is that the recoil is easier to control. I'd say it's very good, but they kind of have to make it decently good considering it's a paid DLC. I think it's good where it is, but it is very powerful. I think it's honestly teetering on the edge of where it's almost too good, but it's close enough to the others to where it's not quite overpowered. I kind of like where it's at. I'm pretty happy with the spot that they've got it in. Can we hit it? Oh, yep, yeah, barely. Wow, that was rough. We ran out of breath last second. That's what I get for sprinting and then immediately going to shoot. Ooh, okay, we hit her. Yep, we somehow nailed that shot. I don't know how. Now for the long trek over to that zone. I don't know, what's your guys' opinion on the 308? Do you agree with that statement of it being like teetering on the edge of being perfect and overpowered? Because I honestly think it's good where it is, but if it were to be any better than it is now, it would definitely be too overpowered. But I think it's good where it's at. There's enough to it to make you want to use it without it being the only gun you'll use, you know? Like, you can still use other guns and do pretty well. Just joined. Did I miss anything? Not yet, Amanda. We have yet to get anything crazy. Just been lots and lots of deer going down. Got the great one rack that scored 409. It's a nice non-typical that is super clean. Nice, King. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, that would be the cluster rack, I believe. I think the cluster rack is the only one that scores around 400. Unless I'm forgetting one. Actually, the drop tine rack does... Yeah, the drop tine rack, scores in the 400s as well, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a good way to put it, Johnny. I honestly think that the recoil management is probably the best part of it, just because it allows console players to have a rifle that is much better for using with a controller, since it is a little bit easier to control. Are you gonna do a lodge tour for 2022? I already did that, Whipped Cream Man. I'm going to assume you missed it. I did a lodge tour like a week ago. It's been out on the channel for a little while. Do you think lions need to be class 9? Because I don't. I don't know. I think lions, to be honest, like, dangerous game should have its own class. And I know a lot of people have said this in the past, but stuff like lions really should be in their own class with their own, like, weapons you can use on them. Because in real life, you would not use a 300 Magnum on a lion, that's for sure. So I really don't know how they could make lions a little more realistic. Nathan, thank you for another super chat, dude. Appreciate the support. Do you have any guns IRL? If so, what are they? Yes, I do. I've got a Marlin XL 270. I've got a Springfield XDM 9. Is there anything else here? I think there was a doe, right? I've got a really old Winchester Model 6322. Got a Mossberg 535 pump action shotgun. And then I also have a Diamondback DB15 AR, which is an absolute beast. Love that thing. No, we missed her. No, we hit the tree. Random shots, can they hit? Oh, there we go. And it's vitals as well. That went very well. Surprisingly well, to be honest. Oh, there's deer over there as well. That must be the remnants of that herd we deleted yesterday, because we shot like everything from this zone except like 2, and I believe that's them. Well then, perfect. That's a lot of deer down. All right, well, let's go start claiming. We've got a lot of running to do. Watching exactly 12 seconds behind. Perfect, Trenster. Perfect. I think they were, yeah, they're right here. Perfect. No, Eric, sadly not. I've had a couple chances, but unfortunately the circumstances just were not good. They were not in my favor, so I wasn't able to actually get the shot on any deer. I had a couple chances, but in both cases, it just did not go the way we wanted it to. What lakes am I grinding? Right now, I'm only grinding a few. These 3 lakes right here. La Hacienda, Ghost Lake, and Bosque Alto. And then I'm also going to start grinding this one over here. Because it's actually a pretty good whitetail lake. I used to grind this one, but I don't have whitetail here anymore. So I've kind of had to put that one on hold. I don't know, good boy. To be honest, I think because leopards would be a dangerous game animal, they'd probably make them class 9. Thoughts on ultimate hunting? I think it could be good. It's hard to say exactly how good it will be. Provided everything that the developers have talked about is actually going to be in the game, then I think it will be great. If they deliver on everything they've said they will, then it'll be a good game. Hey Mason, you have yet to miss anything crazy. Just the typical grinding. Nothing insane today. Hey Aaron, how's it going, dude? You did not miss anything. Yeah, squirrels would be good. I'd like to see them. I'm doing good, Tenny. I'm doing pretty good. Okay, I don't see anything there, so that's good. Do you think you have to grind every zone on the map to get a great one? Oh, no, definitely not. I only grind 3 lakes, and I've had multiple great ones on Rancho. So no, you definitely don't need to grind every zone. Out of my 3 Rancho great ones, 2 of them I ended up getting just grinding specific lakes. And then the 3rd one was an initial spawn, so I've never grinded all of my zones for any of my grinds. I honestly recommend just choosing 3 lakes that you really like to hunt and only hunting those. because you'll have plenty of deer throughout those 3 lakes. And if you're on Rancho, the deer that you kill at those zones, they'll always come back to the same lakes. So just shoot everything you see at them. And as long as you're only hunting those 3 lakes and you're not shooting deer from other zones, you shouldn't have any issues with deer showing up in other places. They should always come back to the same lakes. Take Great One 5 with the Mosin. I've already decided on the 6.5. We're going to do long range 6.5 for the next Great One. Someone told me I had to be grinding every zone consistently, every runner, I won't get the Great One. That is probably the most wrong statement I've ever heard. That is nowhere near the case. Like, the Big Rat Great One that I got, I was only grinding the 3 lakes that I showed you. And I got it within 2,500 kills. And people also say that you have to only kill like a couple bucks out of the herd in order for it to like work properly, right? But I kill every deer I see and I still get the Great Ones to spawn, so a lot of the stuff that's out there is just myths. Either myths or it's just, you know, personal preferences on how people like to grind. There really is no like way that you must grind in order to get stuff. You can do it whatever way you find the best results from and whichever way you enjoy the most. Which is one of the good things about the Great One grinding. Can you get one? Can you get a Great One from grinding 1 lake? Technically you could, Brady. The problem with grinding 1 lake is hunting pressure. Like, a lot of times if you have a lot of hunting pressure over a zone, you won't get deer to return there until the hunting pressure's gone. That is the big thing that you'll run into trying to grind 1 lake. I actually attempted it once and it did not end well. Unfortunately, they just stopped having reliable respawns. It ended up taking way longer for them to come back than what it normally would. So I would recommend minimum 2 lakes. Minimum 2 lakes for grinding, but preferably your 3 best. Sam, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the Scare Crew, my dude. I hope you enjoy the green name in chat, the special badge icon, all the awesome emotes, ability to use commands, access to private Discord channels, and access to my scrapped content on the channel. Really appreciate it, man. Hope your day's been going great. Alright, I don't know how many deer are going to be over here because I hunted it before the stream for a video. So yeah, we'll see how things go. Hey DJ, how's it going, dude? Lots of people say you must do X or Y, but in truth, kill deer and you're good, pretty much. Mel's got it right. I mean, Mel has got, what, 5 or 6 Whitetail Great Ones from just shooting everything. So yeah, you really can just do whatever you want as long as you're killing lots of deer, then you can get a Great One. Congrats for 44K. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. It's honestly crazy how quickly the sub count has been flying up since the AR update. I never would have expected us to be this close to 45K this fast, but we're only 1,000 off of 45K. It's crazy to think about. We can go over to the stand, I think. We'll go over here, then shoot them. How do you get your Great Ones? Exactly what I'm doing right now. Just shooting everything I see at these 3 lakes. We're just blasting every single deer that we can find on these 3 lakes, and that's how I've been getting my Great Ones. Or that's how I've got 2 of my 4 Great Ones. The other 2 were initial spawns. 1 off Layton, 1 off of Rancho del Arroyo. I don't think we got her. I think she got away. She gets to live another day. Alright, I guess live to fight another day? Or live to run from my bullets another day? Probably that one. Oh, nope, she's dead. Well, that was short-lived. Literally. Wait. Hold on, was that a thick-looking deer? Okay, no it wasn't. That tricked me. I thought that was a thick-looking deer. But it was just weird looking. It's got strange tines. That actually tricked me for a second. I thought we had found something. Can we maybe get some running shots? There we go. That was one. Come on. Nope, didn't hit either of those. We got a lot of those deer down, though. Is there anything in the trees? No, there is not. Okay. And nothing through there. I think we're good. Chicken nuggets and fries? Nice, Kyla. That's honestly a great dinner. I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I had pizza rolls for breakfast, so there's that. It sounds like you're eating more properly than I am. I legit went and grabbed the pizza rolls because it was the quickest thing I could make before going out for my walk. I know, right, Outdoor Jack? It honestly tricks me every time. Because it does look like so crazy and wonky compared to the others that I always end up thinking that it's a great one. And then it's not. Nothing good yet, Cody. Nice, Ace. That's awesome, dude. Congratulations on that accomplishment. New to watching your stream. Love watching your edited vids. Good luck today. One question. How many times do you check the rest of your map before hammering these 3 lakes hard? It really depends. Like, the only time that you'll need to check the other lakes is if EW does a population reset, because then it'll be new deer that you'll never have seen. But if you have been hunting your map for a long time, nothing will ever go back to those lakes unless you shoot something from them. So as long as you just keep hunting like the same spots and you don't venture off into like another random lake, they can only come back to where you shoot them from. So if I shoot a few deer at this lake, they'll always come back to this lake. So I don't really check the other lakes that often unless EW does an update to the populations. If EW does an update to populations, then it's worth checking. And every once in a while I do kind of go around just to see if maybe I missed something, but I typically don't do that more than like once every 2 or 3 months. Because like I said, as long as they haven't changed anything, then things should be the same as where you left them. Oh, I would love to see muskox. I think they'd be great. I do think they'd be a really cool addition. Unfortunately, from what I've heard based off of things that EW said, it seems like it's a difficult thing to do because of the hair. Apparently because of the really long hair on muskox, it would be hard to implement into Call of the Wild because of the limitations on their graphics engine. So it's not something we will likely see anytime soon. But I would love to have muskox. They'd be so cool. It would honestly probably make Medved jump up in the rankings for me. As crazy as that may sound, but that might actually take Medved out of my most hated map spot. If they add some muskox, it'll actually be a map I play. Do we have anything here? Nope, we don't. We'll have to wait a couple seconds. How long will the stream go? Roughly 2 hours, as always. How many whitetail zones do I have? To be honest, I don't keep track of the zone count because I'm constantly deleting them. I usually just keep track of the amount of lakes I hunt, and right now I'm just hunting 3. I guess this one usually has like 3 zones. This one usually has like 6. And then this one, it seems, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then like 7. So it seems I hunt like roughly 17 or something like that. Like I was saying though, it fluctuates quite a bit because I am constantly deleting herds. And right now it looks like we actually don't have anything at this lake. They could just be delayed though. Bamboo, thank you so much for the super chat, dude. I want to start playing again, but I got reset, so I have to get every outpost. Oh, that's rough, man. I'm sorry to hear that. It's never fun to have progress reset like that. If you do end up getting back into it, man, I would honestly just focus on doing like fun stuff. Don't take it too seriously, or else the whole like unlocking everything will become tedious and annoying. I'd say if you do get back into it, just take the time to have fun and explore. Maybe wait for a new map to come out. That might be a good way to do it. Like, wait for a new map to come out. That way you have a new map to explore. I mean, you'd be exploring it like that anyway. So that might be a good time to jump into it. Just want to find a diamond cottontail? Yeah, Giant Carlo, they're rare. Those things are hard to find. Just because cottontails, they're very strange the way they act in Call of the Wild. Like, I don't understand them. I always have issues hunting them as well. Let's go to the main menu and then jump back in, kind of speed up the process of getting these deer to their zones. What rack do I want? I'd like either the drop tine rack or the typical looking rack. Think you can hurt me? My best zone just turned to all hinds. Ooh. Oh man. That's rough. That's really rough. Where's our deer? Yeah, I think we'll have to wait. They're probably very late to their zones. Let's actually hunt this zone. We haven't done that today. I got it set up earlier today while I was recording, and now I think this will be the first time I'll have shot anything from this lake. But it seems like it's going to be a decent one for grinding. There they are. It's a decent 85 to 100. There was some right there as well. Any more over here? Okay, looks like it's just two herds in one single zone. Oh, let me take a drink of water real quick. Was starting to feel a little bit lightheaded from talking so fast and forgetting to drink water, so figured it's probably a good idea to drink some water. Now, let's go ahead and take these out. I think that's like 200. 201! I almost nailed that right on the dot. So let's actually use the Hyperion, I'd say. I don't know if that was a good shot. I hope it was good enough. Alright. Oh man, right as I reloaded I saw it. Do you have to find all zones? You don't have to, technically, but it would definitely be worth it to check every zone before you start a grind. Just in case you have an initial spawn great one, which has happened a decent amount of times to people. So I would definitely recommend checking just for that reason. There's got to be a third one in that herd, right? Can't just be two. Ooh, it's right in the water. Okay, so I don't know how many of you already know this, but when you exit a stand, it like resets all the positions of the animals. So once I exit this stand, those deer are gonna move up like a couple feet and then drop back down to the ground, which means that guy will probably start floating over, which could be interesting. Okay, we're good. We're good. He moved over to the left a little bit, but I think we're good. Why did he just rack the bolt? Or not the bolt, the charging handle. He just racked back the charging handle even though there was no rounds in it. That was interesting. Thankfully that guy's not gonna float though. Hey Trace, nothing good yet. Hey Frantic, how you doing, dude? Hey AEW, good to see you. Hey Vine, you haven't missed anything yet. Yeah, pretty much, Jack. It's a lot easier to recover after a shot when you're using the Hyperion and move on to the next animal, which is why I use it a lot. And also, I just like the look and feel of it. The sensitivity doesn't feel as, like, janky as it does with the Argus. With the Argus, because of how Call of the Wild's sensitivity works, like, since it's zoomed in more, it's more sensitive when you move it. That's another reason I like using the Hyperion for a lot of things, because I can be a little more controlled with my aim. How do you get so much money? Doing exactly this, dude. Exactly this. Just shooting whitetail repeatedly, shooting red deer repeatedly for Great One grinds. I mean, at this point, I've killed over 11,000 whitetail, and they give 500 cash to 800 cash a piece. You could imagine how the money will build up. And over 4,000 red deer at like 1,200 to 1,500 a piece. The money really builds up super quick when you're grinding for Great Ones. 2 9s, 1 run. Nice, that's awesome. Congrats, Dragon Slayer. That's pretty lucky, dude. We got one more to claim. Alright, Later Boo, thank you for dropping in, man. I think somebody actually did get that, Chris. Somebody did have 2 Great Ones legitimately spawn at the same time. It's only happened one time, though. I have thought of doing that before, but I already know that if I did that, I would probably get flooded with comments saying that I was cheating, so I've just opted not to do anything like saving a Great One till I find another Great One, because I just feel like it wouldn't end well. It would be a cool experiment to do, but there would be a lot of people that would be like, "There's no way, this is cheating. He got 2 Great Ones at the same time." When in reality, it would have been like probably months in between where I was just waiting, just saving that Great One back. I couldn't see it ending well. Because people just question everything too much. Although I don't blame people, there's a pretty big cheating problem in Call of the Wild, so for people that are new to the channel, it could definitely seem that way. But everybody that watches the stream already knows how we roll here. Just got an albino doe like 5 minutes ago. Nice, riders. There's our deer. Beautiful. That's a good one, actually. That's probably going to be 240s. Low 240s, most likely. Got a 344 mule deer. That is huge, Amy. Let's see how this goes. These are at terrible angles, but we're going to do our best to get as many of them as we can. No, I'm out of ammo! That's always how it ends. I always run out right as it stops. Yeah, I didn't think I'd get the head over there. I know, right, AW? What do you mean? Scarecrow's a cheater. It's not like he streams 95% of his grinds. Nah, he would never do that. Why would he live stream? Are diamond lions rare? They're pretty hard to find. I don't have a ton of them. I think I've only seen 3 level 9 lions my whole time playing, and I play for Honga a decent bit. And then there's other people that just have crazy luck with the lions, like, I know Flinter's luck with lions is much better than mine. Well, we got a herd back there. That's actually kind of nice. I've always liked having them in that spot. What's my favorite diamond? Definitely the red deer. Easiest diamond to get? Probably... It's either turkeys, mountain lions, or ibex. All those are pretty easy to get. Ah, no, we're out again. Ah, she's gonna die. We're good. She's dead. Alright. I think that's all. Got them all. Does Flinter grind them? I'm assuming you mean Whitetail. Yes, he's done Whitetail grinds before. And Red Deer grinds. We both grinded for the Great One. Just shot a whitetail in the back of the head at 400 yards on the run. Nice, dude. That right there takes skill. Where is the ones that we smoked? A couple over here. That's really unlucky, Sam. Very unlucky. Did I not shoot any, like, further down? I swear there was some farther down here. Does he do lion grinds? Oh, yes. He's done lion grinds a few times for the albino lion. I think we messed up most of these, actually. We definitely messed up the bucks. That's unlucky. What's max weight row track? Let's see. I actually don't remember. I have not hunted roe deer in a little while. Do you guys remember what it is? Any trophies yet? Nothing yet, Zach. I think best thing we've got was like a 237. Sorry guys, I had to mute for a second. I was saying goodbye to my wife before she heads off to work. We're good now though. Now where are these deer? There's one. Perfect. 29 to 35. Gotcha. Okay, perfect then. 226. Not a bad... That is... What is wrong with your antler, buddy? It's always an interesting one to get. And the other's over here. Sweet. And we got some there. $217. Not bad. Nothing good yet, Eli. No, Jacob. How many red deer kills did it take me for Great One number 1? 3,088 for the red deer. It was a very long grind. Very long one. What's my farthest vital organ hit? I think it's like 405 meters or something like that. We could actually check that out, I believe. Where would it be? 413. 413's the most. How many great ones do I have? I've got 4 whitetail and 1 red deer. Yours says 450, Johnny? Jeez. I'm assuming you were using the, like, verticality to get the extra distance. Honestly, that could be a fun video, doing the, like, 500 meter shots from the top of the mountains in Silver Ridge Peaks. Because for those of you that didn't know, if you use verticality in mountains to your advantage, you can actually see farther than the render distance. It only works if you're on really high mountains though, because basically the way the game calculates distance is like flat distance along the map. So like, let's say it calculates the distance from here to here, but that doesn't take into account like hills and mountains. So if you're like really high up, that's going to add extra meters to the distance, so it ends up making the render distance longer than what it normally would be. And just because the render distance goes like on a flat like a flat distance, not an angled distance. So that's something that you can use to your advantage if you want to go for some really long shots. Just head to the mountaintops on Silver Ridge Peaks and snipe down at some mountain goats. It can be pretty fun. Yeah, Sam, it's good to have you back, dude. Good that you can make one. Hopefully your day's been going great. Is fishing going to be added to Call of the Wild? I have no idea, dude. Based off of the results of that survey they put out, I don't think so. I think most likely if they do anything with fishing, it'll probably be a separate game. And honestly, I would be kind of disappointed if they made it part of Call of the Wild, because that's just one more thing that could potentially break and be buggy. Yeah, exactly, DG. That's my grinding style. No zone stays alive more than a couple runs. That is the way to do it. Alright, those are good. I think they were the only two left. How rare is albino roe deer? That's pretty rare. Definitely not an easy thing to find. Oh yeah, it's great, DG. It's absolutely great, dude. I have found that I get way better respawns just deleting every herd I see. Especially with how consistent Rancho is, with them always coming back to the same lakes. It's honestly a great method. That's how Mel has got all of her great ones as well. Same with Ron McTube, just shooting everything in sight. Works out really good in the end. Where do the zones go after you kill them? They will just go somewhere on the same lake you killed them from. If you delete a zone on Rancho, it'll usually return to the same lake you deleted it at. Which is one of the reasons why Rancho is such a great grinding map. It's just got such insane consistency. No, MNB, I play 100% legit. And I also play live quite often, so you can see it in action. I'm actually very against anybody that uses any type of mods or cheats in this game. In my opinion, they ruin the game for everyone else, and are the scum of the game. Shot 2 whitetail in real life, only 11? Nice, that's awesome. That's pretty good, honestly. That's more than I've got. Nice, DG, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, it's a great method. Can you have two separate great ones on a single map at the same time? Technically, yes, Snarly. You could. The odds would be very low, but you could technically have that happen. How long does it take them to respawn? Not too long. It really depends on the way that you do it. Think of it this way, for example, like, if I were to delete all my zones, and they all had really high hunting pressure over top of them because I didn't use stands, it might take a couple extra runs for them to return back to that area, just because of the hunting pressure. So, a lot of times I try to use stands to reduce hunting pressure, and as long as you're using stands at all your zones, and deleting or shooting every animal out of the herd instead of leaving like one or two, then you should have them consistently come back very fast. It's all about how it's done, really. And as I always say, like, try different methods and see what works best for you. This is, you know, just the way that I do it. There's definitely plenty of other ways to do it. What's my biggest mellow red deer? 0, because I haven't got one. I've got one on my second account, but not on my main, unfortunately. Yes, Shane, you can. I've actually got 2 of them myself. I had one with this last update on Rancho. My most recent great one was an initial spawn on Rancho, and then I had one with Layton back when they first added Rancho del Arroyo. And then Kill Clinton has had an initial spawn Red Deer Great One. No, Eli, that's not fake. That's a bug that happened with one of the updates. So that Great One that Casey has, it used to be a common, but then EW pushed through a fix to fix some other animals that got bugged out, and because it was a Great One that got shot during the period where there was bugged animals, or I'm gonna start that over because it's gonna get very convoluted and difficult to understand if I say it that way. Let's put it this way. So, oh yes, I'm 100% against it, James. I think any YouTuber that uses a mod menu or cheats is just ruining the game further, making it hard for other creators to be viewed as legitimate, you know? Like, it honestly just makes it harder for everybody else. I am extremely against it. But anyway, as I was saying, what happened with that was basically when Rancho del Arroyo came out, it bugged out a bunch of animals in everybody's trophy lodges, so a lot of people were having fur types that were showing up incorrectly. And so eventually, after like a month, Expansive Worlds pushed out a hotfix to fix that issue. And they told everybody that there was a high chance that any animals that were shot in between that 1 month period would have their fur types bugged out and changed because they were shot during that time where there was that bug. So when they switched things over, his Great One turned albino, my first Great One turned piebald, a couple other people's did the same thing. I know Jaxie Beard's Great One flipped to a different fur type, although he lost his game save, unfortunately, so he doesn't even have that Great One anymore, sadly, which is really rough, but yeah, that's what happened with that. It was a very unfortunate circumstance. And I really wish there would have been a way for them to avoid it, but sadly they couldn't. Because it was one of those things where if they fix it, then it ruins the other ones. And then if they fix it, if they try to flip it back, then it'll just revert the fix they made. So it was unfortunately a very rough situation where they couldn't avoid it. Hopefully they can avoid that type of stuff in the future, because it was a pretty rough thing to have to go through. A lot of people got upset about that. Got an initial spawn, Great One on Mississippi. Nice, Wildside, that's awesome, dude. That's honestly a crazy map to get an initial spawn on, because Mississippi's kind of tough for whitetail hunting. Do you have a Diamond Gray Fox? Yes, I do. I've got, I think, 3 or 4 of them. The Diamond Gray Fox have actually been pretty good to me. Was there any other deer we shot? I think it was just 2 right here. Yeah, it's understandable, Tankin. I mean, most people in the community want to see, like, the game played the way that it was meant to be played. And, mods just kind of ruin everything. Especially considering the developers are highly against using mods. A lot of people don't know that, but EW is very against that. Unfortunately, it's just not possible for them to add an anti-cheat at the moment due to technical limitations with the way the game was made. I really hope one of these days they can make that happen, because it would be nice to kind of get rid of the whole modding problem. I hope they can find a way to get rid of it at least, because it's honestly annoying having to run into so many people using cheats in multiplayer. There we go. And just like that, that zone is gone. Illinois Bow Hunter, thank you so much for the super chat, dude. Really appreciate it. That is awesome, my dude. Hopefully you've been having a great day. Alright, nothing there. Nice, Aiden. Hopefully you get it, dude. 240, that's a good buck. Got a gold diamond wildebeest. Nice, EG. That's awesome. Congrats on that. That's a cool trophy, man. Me too, Sam. It would be an awesome, great one. Against what? EW's extremely against people using mods. They're very against it because it completely changes the way the game is played. And obviously that kind of ruins it for like the vision that they had for the game. And it also has a major... What's the word? There can be a lot of issues that happen with your game files and your game saves when you do that. There's a high chance you can lose your progress. So it's also just not even a good thing to try. For that reason as well. How do you stay focused on grinds? Honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest with this. One of the biggest things with keeping interested in a grind for me is the fact that I create content on it. It's much more enjoyable when I'm actually streaming it for you guys. I definitely would not grind this much if I didn't do YouTube, because it does get kind of repetitive. But when I'm creating content for you guys out of it, it's a lot more fun. So that's one of the reasons that I keep interest. The other way that I keep interest is just the rush. The rush of finding a great one is next level. It is such a crazy rush, and I absolutely love it. Gold wildebeest are still about where they've always been. They're still an uncommon. Yes, great ones can spawn on Layton. Anywhere that you have whitetail, there's a chance of a great one. Same with the red deer great one. Any map that has red deer, you could get a great one red deer. Yeah, another map with Blacktail would be great. I think they could do that if they do a Canada map. Because, like, the bottom left corner of Canada could have Blacktail deer for sure. And I don't know how far they spread out, but they could be in other parts too, for all I know. Oh, man. Giant. That guy's just absolutely giant. What a massive male. Should be one more up here. $466 kills into my second red deer. Great one grind. 4 diamonds, 1 rare. Nice, Ben. That's pretty good, man. Sounds like some pretty decent luck with it. Let's have our doggo chase this down. If there even is one more that we shot. Oh. Well, now there for sure is one that we shot. To be honest, John, I like Blacktail better than mule deer. But that's mainly because I live in Oregon and Blacktail are what I grew up chasing after. And I don't know, I just think the deer itself is a cool deer. And Blacktail do actually end up looking different than mule deer. When you actually compare them side by side and take a look at a lot of them, they are different. There is differences between them. Not only is it the antler size, but the shape is a little different as well. And it's all about just having variety. Not everybody wants to hunt the same species over and over again, you know? Having variety is huge, which is why I was a big fan of like the idea of coos deer being in Rancho, because it's different. It's not the same thing that we're used to grinding. They look different than what we have for whitetail. Believe it or not, they would be different. Something a lot of people don't know is there's a lot of differences between coos deer and whitetail. Not only is it the rack size, but also the body size, the coloration's a little bit different, the ears are different. Like, there is differences between them. It's the same with blacktail and mule deer. There is differences. How do you go from scope to no scope? Middle mouse button. Killed 2 big bucks IRL, one scored 137, the other was 143. Nice, dude, that's awesome. Okay, I don't see anything there. Nice, Seth, that's a big deer. That's a big male. Got a diamond kudu today? Nice, dude. That's awesome, Uzi. No, there is no Great One reindeer. There was a bug for a while that made some of them randomly show up with a Great One medal, but there actually is no Great One red deer. Do does hurt the grind? No, they don't. Does will always respawn as does, and bucks will always respawn as bucks, so it doesn't actually affect your grind at all. However, if you don't shoot any of the does and you only shoot bucks, you will notice that your bucks start leaving your herds and forming new herds. Or going to different herds, which that's the one thing that you will notice. Which is why I just shoot everything. Saves me the trouble of that. I mean, that's not very specific, Ralphie. You're gonna have to be more specific on what you're running into. I can't really help you out there unless I know a little bit more. I mean, that's basically just saying my Xbox is broken, tell me how to fix it. That doesn't really give me much to work off of, you know? How much money do I have right now? 9.7 million. Now, there is one thing that has made a little bit of confusion in the community when it comes to, like, bucks and does and their respawns. Some people do think that bucks can come back as does and does can come back as bucks, but that's not the case at all. What actually happens is occasionally animals can swap herds. There are times where just randomly they might swap herds even if you didn't shoot anything. Sometimes that just happens, like, let's say while they're traveling to their zone, they pass like another zone. A couple of your deer might decide, hey, we're gonna go there instead. And that is one of the reasons why you sometimes end up seeing does show up where you used to have bucks, or bucks showing up where you used to have does. And also, a lot of times, if you shoot some does, and then you shoot some bucks as well, there's a 50-50 chance they swap places. So you might have does going where your bucks were, you might have bucks going where your does were, and this kind of causes confusion, where people think that they ended up losing some of their bucks and having them respawn as does. It's not the case, they just swapped locations. That's probably an internet issue, Ralphie, so there's not really anything you can do there except for get a stronger internet connection. That's really all you can do. I mean, there's also a possibility maybe you need more ports opened up on your router, or like different ports. There's many things it could be, but typically it's just internet. Probably just gonna have to rely on getting better internet to solve that issue. I think that's really all that can be done, unfortunately. Is that the only one here? I think it was. Because I think the others were over here, right? Yeah, they definitely were. Do I like Yukon? It's okay. I think it's the most beautiful map in the game. However, I wish it had some more species. But I can't deny it is the nicest looking map. Do we want to run all the way to get that? Nah, I'll probably just leave it. We'll get it some other time. Let's go back here and see what we got. What's max for black bear again? 24. Can a great one spawn right now for you? I hope so. That'd be great. That'd be amazing if we could just get a great one right now. I'm liking that they're on that side. So, yeah, all these came back to this lake, which is nice. Very good to see. I wasn't sure how this lake would react since it's the first time I've hunted it, but it looks like it is working pretty well like the others. BP, how's it going, dude? Welcome back. How you been, man? Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate that. When shed hunting, got 3 sheds, got a big 8, almost got bit by a snake. That's not good, dude. Gotta be careful. Don't be getting bit by snakes. That's awesome that you found a few nice sheds, though. That is pretty nice, man. Pretty nice. Thank you for the super chat once again. Really appreciate the support. How did we not get that doe? She was broadside, if I remember right. That should have been one of the easiest ones to get. Unless we got spine. Based on the speed she was dying, I think it might have been a spine shot. There is no max score for blacktail deer. They have the true rack system enabled on them, so they can technically always be a tiny bit bigger than the last. No great one yet. Unfortunately. Have I got or seen an albino lion? I've got 2 of them. I've got 1 male and 1 female. Those are the only ones I've ever seen, though. What would I do if I messed up a great one? Certainly not reset. To be honest, I'd probably just cry a little bit. Actually, no, I wouldn't do that either. Trying to think. How would I react to that? It would honestly just be a depressing moment. Because they take so much effort to get. I don't know what I'd do, really. I'm trying to think. I don't think I'd cry. I don't think I'd get mad. I'd probably just end up sitting there just like blown away that I even did that. Because usually I'm extremely overly careful with great ones. I don't know. Yeah, to be honest, I'd probably just, like, not even know what to say and just be blown away that I did that. It's really hard to say, though. It's one of those things where I would actually have to do it to really know how I would react. It would definitely be devastating. Most likely, it would probably just be one of those things, like with anything that we mess up, where it's like, well, that sucks, but it's whatever. It is what it is. We'll always have a chance at another one at some point. Because I'll probably continue doing Great One grinds, you know, for many years to come. Because the Great Ones are a staple of this game. Hey, Kyla, welcome back. Assuming that puppy's been keeping you busy. I believe so, Uzi. Hey, Crow is the best hunter. How's it going, dude? I like the name. Fantastic. Fantastic, dude. How many of these died on the spot? It looks like only a couple. Did this guy float? I swear. It did. Well, that's fun. Been grinding hard for a great one Whitetail since Rancho came out. Still haven't got it. Starting to feel really discouraged again. Unfortunately, it's a pretty random thing, Caleb. Some people get it quick, others get it, you know, months down the line. Best advice I can give is just don't only grind for the great one. If you're having trouble with it, take some time to hunt some other stuff. Because the last thing you would want is to get burned out from it. I always recommend kind of mixing it up every once in a while. Nice XR fire. That's the way to do it, man. That is the way to do it. All right, let's go check this lake once again. Fantastic, Jacob. That's exactly what I was thinking, man. Oh gosh, gosh darn it, man. Gosh golly darn it, I swear. That was the worst accent I've ever done, but at least I tried. What's max level? Yes, it is 60. It is 60. Anybody above 60 is a cheater. Oh gosh, they're all faced away. That's lovely. We can at least get into a couple. But those others are going to be difficult. What? Okay, that hit. I was gonna say one of these better hit. And she turned. If I can make a new map, what animals would be there? I don't know. I mean, I do probably... I would love to make like a exotic Texas map. Like a Texas game ranch with a bunch of exotic species. I think that would be like the ultimate map. But as far as species, it's really hard to choose. There's so many I'd love. Pure David's deer for sure. That is like a no-brainer for me. What are you traveling for, ma'am? You're not traveling anymore. Tyler, thank you for the super chat, dude. Welcome back. What's my favorite lever action rifle and what's my opinion on 30-06? What class is your favorite lever action rifle good for? I'd say probably the 45-70 would be my favorite lever action. And it's good clear up from 4 to 9, so it's a very versatile lever action, but unfortunately they're just kind of weak in the game. But if I had to pick one, that's definitely my favorite of the two. And I like the 30-06. I definitely don't choose it over the 303 or the 308, but it's still a solid rifle. Still very good. Did we miss our deer back here? Yes, we did. Oof. Beautiful. What are you? Not so beautiful. That's what that is. Jeez. That was quite the deer. Hey, Hollow, how's it going? This game is the Hunter Call of the Wild, JLK. What gave me the most rush other than the great one? Oh, definitely the albino rock elk. That thing got my heart pumping so much because of how long I had been searching for one of those. That was a crazy situation. My heart was racing during that. Made it really hard to, like, get an accurate shot. Alright, guys. I think we are probably going to go ahead and end it there. I am, for some reason, just really out of breath today because I think it's because I've been talking so much and so fast. And I need to drink some more water, probably, but I'm going to go ahead and jump off. And, we will maybe be back later. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but I might actually end up streaming Elden Ring. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. I ended up picking it up last night. I played it for like 40 minutes or so. And I'm wondering if I should stream it. I'm thinking maybe. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. And we will be back either tonight or tomorrow. Peace!